So this is a very big iOS update. I did a few videos about this in the past, but that was iOS 19, and looks like we're not getting any iOS 19 this year. We're gonna skip iOS 19 through 25 and go straight to iOS 26, which may seem a bit weird, but I'm gonna explain everything about the iOS 26, why they changed it, what they changed about it, and then everything that's gonna happen and what you're gonna experience in your new phone for the new iOS update. So let's dive into this video and get started. So this is a brand new iOS update with also a brand new name. Instead of the expected iOS 19 name, it's iOS 26 now. And this is iOS 26 because of the year 2026. And next year is gonna be 2026. So iOS 19 doesn't correspond with the year or anything. And it may seem kind of weird, like an odd number. But the new iOS update is going to be iOS 26 along with all other updates. So Mac OS will also be 26 along with the Vision OS and the Apple Watch iOS, Watch OS. So everything's going to be just 26 instead of Vision OS being Vision 3 OS and Watch being everything. They're all just the operating system of Apple of the year 2026. So as you can see here, all of the operating systems are named after the year 2026, and that is what Apple's going to do. So next year is going to be 2027, and I think they did 2026 instead of 2025 so that people in the future, when they're going to be using their iPhones in 2026, they won't be running on iOS 25 and they'll have like a new iOS 26. It'll actually like make sense with the year, so people, they feel like they have like a good new iOS update instead of an old one if it was named iOS 25. But anyway, to the main focus of this video is the liquid glass feature. They're adding liquid glass everywhere to all of their devices, and it's inspired by Vision OS, kind of like the glassy background and glassy icons they had, but it's going to be everywhere from like your wallpaper to the icons. They had that like kind of dark and white option, and now they're adding that glassy option. So it went from just being that plain white to black and white, black or white, or you could color them whatever you want. But now you can also choose that liquid glass feature, which looks pretty slick in my opinion. But I bet a lot of people with not the best vision will have to like squint and stuff while looking at their apps. And Apple is going all out on this liquid glass feature. It's not just like the iPhone app icons. It's gonna be this way in Messages, in Camera, and Safari, and across all other devices, along with like the Mac, the Watch, and everything. They're gonna add like this kind of liquid glass feature all over their platforms. So this isn't just like a small visual update. Apple is going all out on all devices and tons of apps. So you can see Apple is really into this liquid glass update. There's also some underestimated AI features like the live translate. It's pretty good from what I've seen, like demos. It might be a little bit slow, like 5 seconds lag, maybe a little bit less than that, but there's gonna be like very revolutionary, since you can communicate with someone across the world, which they could be like speaking a different language, but you'll be able to communicate completely like perfectly. Just turn on translate and you'll be like completely fine. You'll be completely fine and you could just surpass that language barrier. And Apple is finally getting this. It's kind of like the iOS version of circle search. You could take like a screenshot of something and circle it, and then AI could help you search for that item. For example, if you have some like picture of shoes, you could circle that and it would finally help you find that on Safari or on Amazon or something. Pixel and like Samsung had this a long time ago, and finally Apple have gotten this. So thank you to Apple for getting that. And you can also put unknown numbers on hold. For example, if some like unknown number is calling you, you can just put that on hold, and if they leave a voicemail, that voicemail will be like kind of delivered to you, and then you could pick it up like 5 seconds later. So that'll help with like unknown callers or something like that, and it'll just help with your daily life. For example, you don't want to pick up every single unknown caller, so you can just, so Apple will put the call on hold for you, and then after he's delivered that voicemail and you know what he's talking about, let's say it's some like caller for like some odd job you need, well, you could, Apple will hold it, he'll tell you why he's on the call, and then Apple can ring you and you can pick up that call. And same for people putting you on hold. But it's very annoying it's pretty annoying when people just put you on hold and you have that like lobby music going and you want to and you have to wait there with your phone, so just in case they come back, you have to just stay there with your phone, have your phone in your pocket all the time or something. Well, Apple has changed that, and once the call is on hold for you, they'll just like silence the phone. It'll be like the call's over. But when the other person is ready to talk to you and stuff, they will ring your phone and you can talk to them, which is pretty good feature. I like that. And then there's stuff that Apple is adding finally to their Messages app. They can add some custom chat backgrounds, which you can do in like WhatsApp and Snapchat and stuff. They're adding like group texting indicators, so like who's texting in a group. You could see that in like DMs, but not in groups. And then also polls, which WhatsApp had a long time. Me and my friends use WhatsApp polls a lot just to like see if the group is available. If the group is available to go to like somebody's house or like ball field or something. But Apple is finally integrating that, which is very, very good. And then there are some very, very small changes which might be pretty big. Like as you can see here, there's just a lot. There's tons. There's like photo previews right there, lens cleaning hint, custom snooze length for alarms, easier controller pairing, which will be helpful for like gaming, adaptive power, all these just like random ones which are pretty helpful and just pretty cool if you want a better experience. And there's a new Apple Arcade app which adds a few more games to your game list, and then you can just play those whenever you're bored. Pretty helpful, just a small app, but will be pretty cool to just play if you're bored or something. And sadly, this update drops out the XR and XS, so those two phones will not be able to be compatible with this update. But if you have an iPhone 11 or newer, you will be able to install iOS 26, which is the biggest design update since iOS 7. So if you can install it, you will be probably missing out on this huge design revamp. I think this is a very, very, very cool iOS update. I did iOS 18 last year, and that wasn't the biggest iOS update. I liked it, pretty few cool features in there, but this one is like my favorite. I actually like the new design. It's pretty cool, it's pretty slick, clear glass, and I'm excited for it. And I'm also excited for a lot of other stuff, like the group chat indicators. That's pretty cool. Then like the custom backgrounds and polls and just stuff like that. I'm pretty excited for that. And overall, I think this is a very cool update. Also very, very effective, like the translator and then also other apps. It'll be very helpful in those. So quick recap, very, very big design overhaul, along with some very, very effective features like translate, new AI features, and then also a few like nitpicks there in other apps, which will improve your daily user experience. So I think 10 out of 10 update from Apple here. I think they really nailed it, and I can't wait to install this on my phone. But that's it for today's video. You might want to consider getting a new phone if you have something older than the iPhone 11, since you will be missing out on this huge design overhaul. But that's it for today's video. I'll see you next one. Bye for now. YouTube Pro out.